Okay, so for my how-to video, I decided to show you guys how to make a candle. It's actually pretty easy and very cheap to do. So first you need one of these, which is for melting the wax, and it just makes sure that, you know, wax doesn't get on any of your pots or anything like that. And you also need something over boiling water. You can't put the wax directly, you know, over heat. It needs to go over boiling water. So you would fill this up with wax, and you would put water in this and boil it, and then put the wax over that, and it would melt. Because of time, I can't melt the wax because it's going to take way too long. So I'm just going to show you guys how much wax you would add into that, and then after it's melted, what you would do from there. So basically, you get a container that you would like to put your candle in. I like these little metal things. They're pretty cheap, and they don't look bad at all. So I have a bag of wax here, which is just a huge bag. And basically what I do to decide how much wax is going in there is I fill up the container that I want to make my candle in. So I'll fill that up with wax, and then I'll add probably about half of a container again, because it will shrink, you know, once it melts. So that's how much wax I would add to make one of my candles. And then there are these things that you have to get if you want colored candles. So this is like a pack of 16 different colors. So this one is green, and they're basically just colored wax that you would throw in there. They're very tiny. You do not need that much. I probably only put like, you know, 5 or 6 pieces depending on how much color I want. It's gonna look a lot darker at first when it's melting, but then once it cools, it will it'll cool down to a lighter color, and I'll show you guys that once I am done showing this. So you would mix that in there. That would give it the color. And then for scents, I just got like a pack of scents. So it's got a bunch of different scents in there. You can mix and match it. You do not need that much in there. I would say I normally add, it depends on how strong I want it to be, but I normally add like 4 drops of whatever I'm doing. And yeah, that would give it its scent. So after it is melted, the color is mixed, you would add the scent in there, and then you would pour it back into your container and let it start to cool a little bit. You'll need a wick, so you can get like just a bag of wicks. They look like this. You can get different sizes, different lengths, everything like that, but I got the long ones just so that way I can cut them and I can use this piece again. So basically, this metal piece is how you would center it in the container. So you put it in there with the wax already in there. It would help hold it in place a little bit, and then you would cut it. So so it's not this long, because you don't need a wick that's this long. It won't burn any of the candle. And you would need also a wick holder, which I don't have. I just use like whatever I have around pretty much to hold the wick in place. But the wick holder will keep it center, so that way it is in the center of the candle. And I'll show you guys what happens when you don't have a wick holder, because one of my candles turned out like that. And then you have your finished candle. It takes a long time for it to dry, which is another reason why I can't show it either in this video. But here is one of the candles that I made a while ago. It's a vanilla scent, and it's just white. I added a little bit of yellow into it to give it more of like, I don't know, not so waxy white color. I don't know. And then I made this one, which is cracking because it's been used a lot, but that was pink. It was like a very hot pink when I added it, when I added the color in there, but as you can see, it went down a lot, so it's like white pink now. But that one's nice. Oh, and then the wick on that one is really off-centered, so that's kind of what happens when you don't have a wick holder for it. So yeah, that's pretty much how you would make a candle. It doesn't take too long to do, and you can pretty much make it however you want. I've made a couple cool ones before. I made some layered ones where you basically put some wax and just put a little bit of wax in there, let that dry, put more wax on top of it, let that dry, and those are all different colors and they turn out pretty nice in different scents and everything. So yeah, they're super easy to make. They don't take too long, just too long for this video. But yeah.